above tank basking area, standing basking dock, floating basking platform. These are the main types of basking areas that people use for turtles, but which one is right for your tank? What is up, guys? It is the Turtle Girl. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today is a simple solutions video where I try to give you the answer to a commonly asked turtle question in 5 minutes or less. We haven't done a video in this series in a while, but if you're interested in seeing some of my other quick tips, definitely check out the playlist up here. And let's get started talking about basking areas. Okay, so first off, I think it's good to have an understanding of why turtles need basking areas before we start talking about the different types. So the reason is because of the way that turtles interact with their environment in the wild. In their natural habitat, many different species of turtle actually come up out of the water to do what we call basking. Basically, they'll sun themselves on a log, come out, dry out, and this has many different purposes. For one, it allows the shell to dry, which can help kill or reduce any bacteria, algae, or fungus that might want to grow on it. And then also, basking allows turtles to harness the power of sunlight, specifically its warmth and its potential to allow them to synthesize vitamin D. Okay, so now we know why basking is important. Let's talk about the different types of basking areas. So like I mentioned at the very beginning, we have above tank basking areas, floating basking docks, and standing basking docks. I don't actually know what the proper term for this is. Sometimes they're just called basking docks. If there's a better term, let me know in the comments, but I've just like to differentiate between the two of these because I think that they both have some different pros and cons. Let's start off with perhaps the most familiar type of basking area, the floating basking dock. When I started doing research for my very first pet turtle several years ago, this was definitely the most common type of basking area that I came across. And for good reason. The floating basking dock is pretty inexpensive. It's very, very easy to use. For the turtles, I mean, like it's easy for us to figure out how to use it, but as far as your turtle having to get up out of the water and onto the basking area, this is very simple. So for instance, look, I have this little, you can see this. If this is in the water floating on the surface, you can see that this ramp is just gonna go a little ways into the water, and it's very easy for your turtle to kind of just go boop, 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 boop. There you go. Your turtle is basking. This is important because some turtles can be more skittish than others, particularly hatchling turtles or species that just generally don't bask as often, like musks or muds. They want to feel secure when they're on a basking area, and being close to the water where they can quickly make an escape is a great way to do that. These are also nice because they adjust to the water level. So if some of the water evaporates out of the tank, that's okay. The basking area will still be usable. This ramp will still be able to reach into the water, and your turtle can use it at any time. Now, some of the cons is that this isn't always ideal for larger turtles. I mean, I know they make a larger size than this. This is a medium turtle dock, which will be linked in the description, by the way, in case you're interested. But this is only suitable for certain size turtles because once you just start hitting a certain weight of turtle, this is going to sink because it just can't handle that much weight. It's kind of just science. It's common sense, really. So if you have like a bigger red-eared slider and this starts to sink under the water, then it's kind of, I won't say useless as a basking area, but you're eliminating one of its main functions, which is allowing the turtle to get dry. So just be aware of that. Another thing with these is that they work best in a tank that is only half full with water. That in turn means less water volume in the actual tank and less swimming space for the turtle. Because if you fill it too high, you would have like an escape hazard. With all that being said though, I think these are great basking areas and I would definitely recommend them for hatchling turtles or turtle species that don't bask as often, such as musks or muds. They can be used for other turtles too, but for those, I think there are better options, which we will get to next. Oh, I also, before I put this away, I should probably mention, depending on the basking area you get, these suction cups are terrible and may not work very well. So you have been warned, these don't always stick. Okay, I just thought I'd put that out there. Next, we are going to talk about this big boy. It's kind of hard to hold the entire thing in the frame. This is a DIY basking platform as well, but like I said, it's a standing platform. So there's these legs that are stationary and the height does not change. Other than that, a lot of its pros are very similar to that of the floating basking dock. Namely, it's close to the water, so it's easier for turtles to get up there and they can also make a quick escape if necessary. And then the main leg up it has over the floating basking dock, no pun intended, is that these legs, it allows it to sit in the aquarium, and because it's stationary, the turtle can't actually sink this. So this is a great option for larger turtles. Now remember, you do kind of run into the same issues as with the floating basking dock, and that is you can't really fill the tank all the way up. And then also with this basking area specifically, these legs can take up a fair amount of space in the tank. They can block things, so it doesn't always look as nice, but this could be a good option if you are looking for a platform that your turtle will not sink. Also, it's not that hard to make. I will link the DIY to this up here. And then our final contender, we have the above tank basking area. This is probably my favorite of all three, and that is because the above tank basking area, for one, allows you to fill the tank water all the way up. So you're maximizing your swimming space in your aquarium, and then it's almost like expanding the area above your tank where your turtle can go. It basically also guarantees that your turtle will always be able to get dry because it's not even close to the water. I also think it just kind of makes a quintessential turtle tank when you have an above tank basking area. It kind of just looks different from your regular aquarium, and you can get them so that you can actually see the turtle up there while it's basking. Now keep in mind, with the above tank basking area, you need to keep the water topped off so that that ramp stays in the water, otherwise the turtle's going to have a hard time getting up it. And then also you need to make sure your basking area is going to be able to rest on the side of your tank, and so that can eliminate space for having like a light bar across the entire tank or things like that. So sometimes you have to come up with some creative solutions. It can also be harder to get a turtle to start using an above tank basking area if they don't want to get super far away from the water. However, if you have a turtle that likes to bask a lot, like a red-eared slider or a painted turtle, I think above tank basking areas are perfect because it gives them this entire space to go up and bask. They can kind of move around the basking area and thermoregulate a little because there'll be different temperature spots. Honestly, in the end, it kind of just depends on your turtle, the look you're going for, and what will work best for you. I hope this provided some insight and helped you make your decision. Let me know what kind of basking area you use for your setup in the comment section down below. Huge shout out to the Turtle Tribe who helps make this content possible. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more turtle tips, and I will see you guys next Friday. Have a turtly awesome day. Bye!